10 most luxurious prisons in the world. Naturally, the word prison presents a mental image of punishment, iron bars, subpar food, dark hallways, and general overall consternation in the air. But what if you got to know that not all prisons look like that? In fact, around the world, some prisons are created into correctional facilities rather than isolation and punishment places. They are just the exact opposite of what we would call a prison, and also offer amenities to imitate as they work toward rehabilitation. Hello guys, welcome back to your favorite YouTube channel. Today, we are going to go over the top 10 most luxurious prisons in the world. Be sure to look out for prison number 2, as it is the most luxurious prison you would ever see. Stick to the end of this video and you're going to be pleasantly surprised at how these prisons look more luxurious than your college room. Without wasting more time, here are your top 10 world's most luxurious prisons. Institutions that have revolutionized how we look at correctional facilities. San Pedro Prison, Bolivia. Agreed. If you have been to this part of the world and visited this prison, you may likely argue about it being more of a motel than a correctional institute. Funny enough, this prison would be considered as the least luxurious on our list, but it definitely has a very comfortable zone for inmates. A look at the San Pedro prison and you'll be left wondering if it's only a community of people who are forced to move and live together. Interestingly, inmates are permitted to make their own rules as long as those rules are within reason. The prison's aim for doing this is probably to avoid any tensions that may arise within prisoners and also keep them happy. Though I am mostly baffled at why a correctional institute would let their inmates have their way all the time, that's a topic for another day. The prisoners have the freedom to lead their life, which is simply luxury. A fun fact to the existence of this prison is that over the years, it has managed to become a tourist prison. Bastøy Prison, Norway. Next on our list for today is the Bastøy Prison. Situated at the Horten municipality, about 75 kilometers south of Oslo, the prison is positioned on a 2.6 square kilometer island and hosts over 100 prisoners. Although I wonder if it is the right word for these guys, since they enjoy what an average human being would beg to have. Even though it was once a prison camp for young boys, the facility is gradually becoming the first ecological prison in the world. The inmates in this prison live in well-equipped cottages, have occupational jobs as farmers since they are permitted to utilize the farmland within the facility for their upkeep, and they also are given the luxury of having pastimes like sunbathing, horse riding, tennis, and fishing. No doubt, with a tastefully furnished cottage, a good job, and a great pastime of luxury, the prisoners at the Bastøy prison probably often forget that they are prisoners. California Prison, USA. The California prison is no doubt America's most luxurious prison. This prison started to charge inmates an unbelievable price of $150 for every single night they stayed in unused jail. Okay, so you are probably confused right now. The facility had a jail structure that was built in 2000 that they never made use of. In order to put the building into good use, the facility charged prisoners for it. It is more or less like a hotel for inmates. The jail is actually an upgrade from the average prison, as inmates get to relish numerous entertaining programs on a widescreen HD TV in addition to bathrooms, gaming tables, showers, and beds. Now, with these awesome amenities, who wouldn't want to spend their days locked away in one of these prison rooms? Just kidding. Amazingly, the new rates do not include room service, since everything else stays the same at any other prison. The facility can accommodate about 96 prisoners, despite having just 54 beds. The facility is open only to those convicted of minor offenses who receive prior judicial approval. HMP Addiewell, Scotland. The next facility on our list that would leave you yearning to take a tour is the HMP Addiewell Prison. This correctional facility is a prison situated close to the village of Addiewell in West Lothian, Scotland. HMP Addiewell is fully operated by a private company, Sodexo Justice Services, and contracted to the Scottish Prison Service. Here, in this very luxury Scottish prison, you will find adult males who have been condemned as well as inmates who are on remand. Unlike some other prisons that expect their inmates to work endlessly without pay, This prison allocates each of its prisoners about 40 hours each week for productive skill building. The main aim of HMP Addywell Prison is to help the prisoners easily transition back to normal life with a more fulfilling and purposeful attitude. La Cathedral, Colombia. If you are knowledgeable about the famous former drug lord Pablo Escobar, then you would be very familiar with our next luxurious prison on the list. La Cathedral Prison in Colombia was built strictly under the specifications of the former drug lord. This prison was built on the top of foggy mountains to keep Escobar safe and away from his enemies rather than punishing him for all his deeds. Interestingly, Pablo Escobar handed himself over to be jailed, but it was supposed to be on his own terms. Shortly after his conviction, he went on to construct a prison so luxurious that it was referred to so many times as the Club Medellin, or Hotel Escobar. But the name that had stood the test of time has been La Cathedral, or the Cathedral. The prison had, in addition, so many amazing things: a football field, a jacuzzi, a waterfall. Talk about a prison that is more expensive than some expensive homes. Personally, I think La Cathedral was more of a castle than a prison for Pablo Escobar. Other luxurious things La Cathedral flaunts include an industrial kitchen, billiards room, bars with big screen TVs, as well as a disco, where Pablo occasionally used to host wedding receptions. With Escobar gone and the facility now public, a feast for the inmates includes smoked trout, stuffed turkey, caviar, and fresh salmon, all while in the company of so many beauty queens to keep the environment enjoyable. JVA Fuhlsbüttel Prison, Germany. Next on our list is JVA Fuhlsbüttel Prison, which incidentally is one of the oldest prisons on this list since it was built in 1879. The facility is a residence to many long-serving prisoners who fancy spacious cells that have beds, a private shower and toilet, and a couch, along with abundant natural light. JVA Fuhlsbüttel Prison, also known as Santa Fu, saw a major revamp between 2010 and 2011. This ordeal changed the look of the facility and turned it into world-class than it was earlier. Among its many amenities, this German facility provides its inmates machines to do their washing and admittance to a conference room and a recreation room. In addition to all of these, the cell rooms are huge, with attractively painted doors that create a ski chalet vibe. Prisoners have coffee tables and couches in their rooms, together with a private bathroom with showers. Prisoners are treated like royalty here since they receive 3 square meals every day along with dance entertainment at the conference room. Well, this is a rather posh place to carry out your sentence, don't you think? Justice Center, Leoben, Austria. For our list today, the Justice Center is one of a kind. The Justice Center Leoben is actually the only prison on our list that acts as a court and prison building in Leoben in Styria, Austria. When you take a tour of this facility, you will see 2 inscriptions on the prison's perimeter. All persons deprived of their liberty shall be treated with humanity and with respect for the inherent dignity of the human person. And all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. Just to be sure they carry out these quotes to their fullness, the prison provides each of its inmates a single cell with a kitchenette, a private bathroom, plus a television set. And that's not all. There is a provision for a fully equipped gym, outdoor recreation area, and a basketball court. Halden Prison, Norway. If you haven't been informed, then you should know from today onwards that Norway has a lot of luxurious prisons. We have looked at Bastøy Prison earlier. Now, let's talk about another luxury prison in Norway, known as Halden. Halden Prison takes in inmates from all over the world, and it is one of the biggest prisons in Norway. It incorporates contemporary and artistic outdoor areas that radiate some Zen feeling about them. The prison has won numerous critical recognition for its unique living standards and conditions, allowing prisoners to indulge in all kinds of sporting activities. The facility also has a music lab set aside in case there is an MC in the group. Despite all the high-grade things about Halden Prison, it is still a maximum security prison with all sorts of violent fugitives from all over the world. HMP Berwyn Prison, UK. The HMP Berwyn is positioned in the United Kingdom and is actually the most comfortable jail ever in the United Kingdom. Prisoners here get to have a laptop, phone, and shower in their cell rooms. This correctional facility can accommodate about 2,100 inmates, who are called men, instead of inmates. Again, before a guard can enter any room, they are expected to knock first. The laptops given are used to arrange visits, weekly shopping, and also order meals for the entire week. Oh, and there is something else inmates here also study. They make use of their laptops for any other tasks related to their studies. Each room accommodates a maximum of 2 prisoners. Despite having phones and laptops, the device is not connected to Wi-Fi. Aranjuez Prison, Spain. Aranjuez Prison is a prison established in Aranjuez, south of Madrid, Spain. Funny enough, this prison is called the premier prison for families. It lets parents and children visit with their imprisoned family members. Naturally, when a parent gets imprisoned, this facility makes sure to give the children a sense that everything is all right. With Disney characters on the walls, a playground, and a nursery, the purpose is to deter kids from understanding as long as possible that their parent is actually jailed. Now, isn't this a one-of-a-kind prison? That's it, guys, on the 10 most luxurious prisons in the world. We sure hope you enjoyed this video, and it was very insightful. Which one of these prisons do you think would readily replace your college hostel if you had the authority? Have you ever visited any of these prisons on this list? Let us know your opinion in the comments section below. If you liked this video and you're a fan of crazy, really educational videos just like this one, stick around and see what we have in store for you in our next video.